not eating as much meat and eating more vegetables and fruits and things of that nature, it seems to help the digestive tract better.
Yours and the birds.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, it's almost like they become pets. So
Yeah, and I've heard.
sometimes it's kind of
Hi,
hard to get rid of
Jamie.
them.
And I've heard pretty interesting things about their different personalities too. That chickens can really be good pets too.
Each one of them is, yeah, each one of them is very different. I have a big, very large white Chinese goose that if I sit down on the ground, it will climb in my lap and want me to pet it. And I
Are
have
you
turkeys that
kidding?
will walk around, and I have turkeys that walk around the area with me when I'm outside. And it's quite interesting sometimes to just sit back and watch
Oh,
and see
what is this
everything that goes on.
Chinese? You called it a Chinese white goose?
Yeah, the breed is a white Chinese. He's just a big white goose. And,
I bet his poops are the same
they
color as.
can, yeah, they can get a little bit rowdy and they peck pretty good, but this one has become more domesticated, I guess, and he's my buddy.
Oh, oh, I'd love to see this. So Jamie, it's just the three of us right now.
Sometime when we yeah, I have quite a few pictures on my phone, so the next time we get together, I'll have to show you some of them.
Oh, I would love to see that. That's. And your wife gets into it too?
She helps out on occasions, but most of that is my job for the day.
Hmm. And how are you, Jamie?
Not bad. Beautiful day out, huh?
And yes, right after this, I'm going for a walk on Old Rapidan Road, which you're welcome to come to.
Thank you. I'm staring out at a lawn that desperately needs cutting. So,
Well, we know what that means.
and that plus Gary might be coming over this later this morning. We need to finish the
We're working
deck.
on. Are you close?
Yeah, all we got to do is the stairs. Oh,
Well, that means you're going to be sitting on it pretty soon.
right. Be nice.
Now, can you see your bird feeders from your deck?
No, not really. I was thinking of getting some put in the back. That would attract more shade-oriented birds, or I'm not sure how to describe it, but I can't even see them right now looking out in front. They're off.
Oh,
They're off to the side a bit.
yeah.
Jamie,
Well, we're
do you
getting
have
close to
many
8.
problems? Jamie, do you have problems with critters getting into your bird feeders?
No, I've got a pretty good shepherd's hook kind of thing up there. And have never had problems with the squirrels. Well, actually, that's not
remarkable.
entirely true. I did have some pretty aggressive squirrels a couple of years ago, but we recently took down this huge tulip poplar last year, and that solved my squirrel problem.
We have problems with squirrels, but every now and then we have a bear come through and he tears them down and helps himself to all the bird seed, particularly the sunflower seed.
Yeah. No, we haven't seen a bear around here for a couple of years, actually.
Yeah, we live just across a private road there from the river. So within about 300 yards, we're next to the river, and we've got a bear that goes up and down the river, on his paying visits to everyone, I think, so.
Right.
Good morning.
Is that you, Sherry?
It is me.
Good
Yes.
morning.
How are you?
Good. Now, are you in Boston or you're heading to Boston?
I'm at a park and ride right at the moment.
Are you going to be having to keep your camera off? Oh, no,
No,
there you are. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. This is a
Thank you
new
for-
one. This is going to be like car karaoke or
Yeah. Although lucky for you, I will not be singing.
Good morning, Cecil and Tony.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. Cecil.
Lovely to see you.
Sorry.
So you're heading from or to Boston?
I'm headed to Boston from New Hampshire. I came here to surprise my father for his 86th birthday. So,
And how many siblings will be gathering?
well, we already gathered, so I'm headed back to Virginia today.
Oh,
So-
got it. Okay.
I flew into Boston, drove to New Hampshire. Now I'm driving back to Boston to get on the plane to come back to Virginia.
And
So,
how was flying?
it was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
Okay. Well, we have a few more people coming in.
Someone is identified only as iPhone on our list. Can you identify yourself?
I'm on my iPhone.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Greg.
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it.
And Sam, we see Sam. And who is Ma02?
That's
Mark.
Mark.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm thinking, Sherry, this is for those of you on the phone at the moment, Sherry Landry is our guest. Sherry is president of the Culpeper Wellness Foundation. And we learned back in February that the Piedmont Regional Dental Clinic, which has been a partner of ours for the past, I don't know, probably 7 years, was coming under the umbrella of the Culpeper Wellness Foundation. So we were eager to hear from Sherry. As I explained to Sherry, we have been working with Piedmont for a number of years at Christmas time, packaging up toothpaste kits to donate to the Children's Toy Box to give out with their Christmas presents. So it's been like 600 to 800 dental kits that we've been doing as a project for a number of years. So I think since I know you're on a tight schedule, Sherry, if you want to get started, and just so everybody knows on the call, if we do have any business items that we can handle that after Sherry has finished and we've done Q&A. So with that, Sherry, if you would like to launch into teaching us about Culpeper Wellness Foundation, it's yours.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Culpeper Wellness Foundation was established in 2014 when the Culpeper Hospital was sold to UVA. So at that point, the foundation was separated as a completely independent entity, and with a mission of improving health and wellness in Culpeper, Madison, and Orange counties, which are the hospital's service area. So the Culpeper Wellness Foundation has been a bit unique from the start. Unlike many foundations, not only do we do grant making to other health and wellness organizations and for related activities, we also run Powell Wellness Center in Culpeper, the free clinic of Culpeper, and we have a second fitness facility that we started managing a few years ago, Culpeper Sport and Fitness. So in addition to that, we make grants for health and wellness related activities in Culpeper, Madison, and Orange. We've supported PRDC in the past with funding. Also the Orange Free Clinic, the Love Food Pantry, and we Skyline Cap that does some work in Orange, and other organizations. We're unique also in the fact that in addition to grant making, we also do fundraising in order to carry out our mission, particularly around the area of the Free Clinic of Culpeper. Most of our fundraising has been organized around that, and fitness scholarships for people who are low income at both Powell Wellness Center and Culpeper Sport and Fitness. So in the fall, we were approached by Mr. Hinterman about a more formal partnership with PRDC. You know, he was looking to secure the future of PRDC, and as he steps away and semi-retires from his retirement, you know, he's never really stopped working at all. And our board clearly sees that oral health is a very important part of overall healthcare and really is a critical part. So we talked with Mr. Hinterman and did some due diligence and eventually determined that we would enter into a management agreement with PRDC. Mr. Hinterman gifted the PRDC clinic building to the foundation. And we in turn entered into a management agreement and made a commitment, you know, not a really specific commitment, but a commitment to do all that we could to keep PRDC sustainable and operating over, you know, for the foreseeable future. So PRDC, since we took over, I think it was in early February, we have really ramped up a lot because PRDC was closed during COVID and just, I think, had reopened in August, kind of on a limited scale. We're fully open now at PRDC. We have 3 dentists. One is a pediatric dentist, only there a couple of days a month, but he's very good. His name is Dr. Lin. And then we have 2 other dentists who are there every week, one 4 days a week and one 3 days a week. It's Dr. Alvarado and Dr. Torma. In addition, we have, I think, 4 dental assistants and 2 dental hygienists. As you may know, in July, people who are on Medicaid, which is health insurance for low-income adults and children, adults on Medicaid starting July 1 will have a full dental benefit. So they'll get cleanings and x-rays and everything. So in the past, it's been a very limited benefit, which was really related to a tooth problem. So we're very excited about that. There's nothing like prevention. And you know, when it comes to oral health care, it's just so critical. So we are looking to hire additional dentists and hygienists and assistants in order to meet what we expect to be a very, very big need starting in July. So the Piedmont Regional Dental Clinic's primary patient base is people who are low income, Medicaid covered children and adults, or people without any insurance at all. One of the things that I have been very committed to since we've started managing the clinic is making sure that the services truly are accessible to the lowest income people. The fees that are currently in place are really too high for people who don't have any insurance and are very low income. It's too high for them to truly access care. So we are doing more fundraising in order to provide more free service and very low cost service. But that Medicaid benefit is going to help a lot too. So I think in 2019, the clinic served about 3,500 people, maybe a bit less than that, with over 7,000 appointments. We'll certainly exceed that over time, particularly again as that Medicaid benefit rolls out and people get more accustomed to getting dental care before it's an emergency. So our challenges right now at Piedmont Regional Dental Clinic are around connecting people to an endodontist. So we do a lot of extractions at Piedmont because people have waited until, you know, there's just no other option than pulling a tooth. We get a lot of extractions, but there's sometimes when the extraction is so complicated or is very deep. I don't really know anything about dentistry, so I'm going to give you how I understand it. About when the tooth is very deep in the bone or broken, sometimes it's too hard for our dentist to get out. So we need to refer people to an endodontist, and that's very tough to find right now, an endodontist that will take Medicaid or subsidized payment. And then also we have a growing number of patients who speak Spanish, and that's posed a lot of challenges at the clinic. So we are looking for volunteers. We're looking for volunteers at the clinic to do administrative work, volunteer dentists, hygienist assistants, and particularly people who speak Spanish. So those are really our two biggest challenges at the moment. Just last week or the week before, we opened an expansion of the clinic. So something Mr. Hinterman had been working on for the past year was renovating an area of the building that had previously been rented out. So he had renovated it to provide more operatories to expand the services, and we just opened that area last week. So we're really excited about what we're going to be able to do, and particularly working with the other nonprofits in the area to make sure all the needs of our patients are met, and making referrals back and forth to really serve and treat the whole person, not just the oral health care needs. So I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have about PRDC or the Free Clinic of Culpeper or Culpeper Wellness Foundation, anything that you have.
Well, are you still doing school visits? That was something I knew the PRDC was doing a number of years ago, and for Cecil's benefit. I was just wondering if you are still doing those meetings at the
Sure.
school.
And I neglected to say, first of all, thank you for your support of PRDC. So that should have been the first thing that I said, but thank you all very much for your support of PRDC over the years. Well, last year, of course, because of COVID, there were no school-based programs, but we actually just got a grant from that Virginia Health Catalyst. It's a dental organization, and Delta Dental Foundation, in order to reopen and expand the school-based oral health program. So the grant allows us to pay for some administrative time to get that up and running, and also to purchase some additional equipment. So we are looking forward to the fall and having a very active school-based program.
Okay. I see Jamie's about to unmute.
Well, you had mentioned briefly that if some of your patients don't have insurance,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think you meant Medicaid insurance. I thought you meant some other type of. What other type of insurance is available to poor folks that covers dental? Because I mean, most of us don't have insurance unless we work for a corporation or something.
Well, some people who are not paid very good wages do work in places that have dental insurance through Delta Dental or whatever. It's very few, very few. But we do accept other insurances, and so we do have a few patients here and there that come to us that are not necessarily low income, but choose to come to PRDC and have other insurance. That's not who we're targeting, though. We're targeting the low income, uninsured, and Medicaid covered.
So have you been able to establish kind of a budget or an annual figure for the financial needs of the PRDC yet? Or, I mean, based on, I guess it has to be based on 2019, because you couldn't have done it for 2020. It was not very accurate.
No, 2020 was, for all of our businesses, right, was just not a normal year. When the foundation was looking at managing PRDC, as I mentioned, I don't know anything about dental. I hate the dentist. I've learned so much about dental that I never wanted to know. So we were lucky enough to get a grant from the Virginia Healthcare Foundation and Delta Dental Foundation gave funding towards a consultation with a dental group that specializes in nonprofit dental clinics. And also Culpeper Wellness Foundation put money into this too in order to engage this consultation group. So they're just wrapping up their process, and they have looked at everything we do, from staffing to reimbursement to rates, to treatment, the treatment procedure, everything. They've looked at everything. And so they are working with us right now to develop a budget that will hopefully ensure sustainability for the long term and will identify the gap that we need to fundraise. So I don't have that yet, but we're almost there.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. And I mean, that consultation has been so wonderful for us, because we have the experts working with nonprofit clinics that can really advise us in a very experienced professional way. So I'm so grateful that we've been able to have this group involved with us.
Sherry, I'm amazed by the scale or the scope of the responsibilities that the foundation has, particularly for the two wellness centers. How do you manage all that? I mean, it's do you have a fairly significant staff yourselves?
We do. I mean, the Wellness Foundation prior to the pandemic had about 100 employees. Now, many of those were part-time because it's fitness instructors, lifeguards, that thing. But in the administration office, it's not really. We have a part-time communications person, a human resources staff person, and an accountant, and then myself and two accountants and my administrative assistant. But that just reminded me something else I should tell you about the Wellness Foundation. We recently purchased a building that is off, I've forgotten the name of the route, but the route that goes from Culpeper to Orange, that goes by the Culpeper, by the Baptist Home. It used to be it's the main road that goes from Orange to Culpeper. I'm from New Hampshire, and I still don't have all these. I can get anywhere, but I can't tell you what the name of the road is. So, but across from DMV and Culpeper. So anyways, we purchased a property there, and we are in the process now of renovating it to house the fitness center that is currently referred to as Culpeper Sport and Fitness. So we rent that location. We purchased a new building. We're moving the fitness center there, and we're adding a 17,000 square foot recreation center that will include 2 activity rooms, and 2 full-size multi-purpose courts. So we fully expect that to attract participation from children and families in Orange as well as Culpeper because of where it's located and because of just the lack of recreational opportunities in both counties. So Tim Mowbray from Parks and Recreation has consulted with us on that a little bit. And I'm looking forward to working with him to see how we can provide programs and services there that meet the needs in Orange and are, you know, realistic in terms of travel to that facility. So
I don't want to dominate the questioning. So are other folks interested in some questions here?
Since I was coordinating with the PRDC for the Christmas toy toothbrush thing, are you still interested in doing that?
yes, absolutely. We look forward to partnering with you on that. You know, the more information and the more encouragement we can provide to kids to take care of their teeth and doing that together, I mean, that's great. Thank you.
On that
Who would I
subject, Sherry,
contact?
The contact for that will be a woman named Tiffany Williams. She is starting as the PRDC director on May 17th. So I've been acting as the interim director while we were just kind of getting the lay of the land and recruiting for that position. So Tiffany will report to me, but she will be at the clinic on a full-time basis.
question.
Great, thank you.
In the toy box kits that we create, as you clearly noted, we're interested in spreading the word about PRDC to the families that can use the services. So we've done, in the past, Greg, you may recall when if we did it in the past years about also having Spanish language materials in the kits. But just the opportunity, if PRDC would like to change up what information we include in those dental kits for the families to learn about and do both in English and Spanish. Is that something, is it Tiffany? Is that something?
Yes, that'd be great. But I mean, you can use me as a point of contact for now and that's fine. And then we'll work together with Tiffany in order to make sure we put the right things in there.
Okay. Since the toy box reaches kind of your sweet spot of clients, because they've all been cleared by social services. I guess that's where, Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, we get the names that go to Donna Waugh Robinson, who runs that program, are all coming from Crystal Hale and social services. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. So particularly, I mean, yeah, how will you get the information out about adults becoming eligible in July with Medicaid coverage?
Well, you know, there'll be a lot of information going out through the state around that. And Virginia Health Catalyst, which is like the dental association or dental oriented organization in Virginia, they'll be helping with that as well. You know, and the information is going to be important, but it's also going to be a culture shift for a lot of people, because many people who are low income come from families who have never gotten preventative oral health care. So it's really going to be we're going to need to work on education and just in really a behavior shift with many of those folks to get them to recognize the importance of prevention. And so that'll happen over time. But we'll work with the physicians, with the free clinics, you know, with the social service agencies to encourage referrals for care that's preventative and not just waiting until a tooth has pulled.
Right.
Sherry, I have a question. When we had a session, with the previous administration of the clinic, the issue came up of, the interest of the clinic to provide services to like homeless veterans or low-income veterans. Is that something that you're looking to do as as part of the service?
I mean, it is my passion personally to serve more low income uninsured people than ever before. So absolutely. Many of those veterans will be covered by Medicaid with a preventative benefit. Some won't, I'll be working closely with Tiffany to reach out to those groups. I know in the past they had a Veterans Day clinic for veterans only. We'll look at that to see if there's still a need for that given the expanded Medicaid benefit. But yes, absolutely. And right now we are accepting at PRDC any free clinic patient at either from either Culpeper Free Clinic or Orange Free Clinic. They can go to PRDC for no cost whatsoever for their care. So we're expanding slowly, but into serving even more and more low-income people. But that is a goal.
I'm just wondering, I'll look around myself if there are, grant programs from the VA or something that might help with that.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, yes, if anyone has suggestions or ideas, I mean, anything or contacts, please let me know.
Okay, sure.
That'd be great.
Thanks.
I hope that this has been helpful in sharing a little bit about the Wellness Foundation and where we see things going with PRDC. So,
Sherry, thank you very, very
Ellen,
much.
I have a question.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sherry, it's Sam Kessler. Thanks for doing the presentation today. I can't remember. Is it your group that does the Oyster Fest?
yes, it is. Yep.
So are you having it
The Oyster.
this year?
Yes, we are. October 2nd, I think, is the first Saturday in October. It's being planned right now. Yes, and that is to benefit the Free Clinic of Culpeper. It's the only fundraising event that we do.
That's something I've mentioned it to the group before. It's a great event. So, if you would pass along the information to someone, Ellen, me, anyone, for the club, to hopefully get more people to attend.
Absolutely. That would be great. Yeah, it is a wonderful fundraiser that in the past has raised $50,000 for the Free Clinic of Culpeper. And that is funding that we count on to have in order to serve the patients that we do. And it's just a blast. It's just a great event.
You hold that down by the train station?
No, we hold that at Collis Jenkins.
Rockland, or
Yeah.
Rock Hill.
Okay.
Rock Hill.
Is that a public or private space?
It's a private event space.
Okay.
Yeah, that we rent.
Okay. Would you mind forwarding that information? Because I can put it up on our calendar too.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, I definitely will do
Okay.
that. Thank you.
And
I do.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to remind you all that today is the day for Give Local Piedmont. It's a fundraiser where you can go online. If you just look up Give Local Piedmont, you can make a donation to any number of nonprofits in Orange, Culpeper, and then Rappahannock area. And there's, prizes for organizations that get the most new donors, that get, the most donations during certain hours. Some of it is matched. So if you go online and Give Local Piedmont, it's run by the Northern Piedmont Community Foundation. And Piedmont Regional Dental Clinic is one of the organizations that's listed, as well as the Free Clinic of Culpeper, and any number of local, the Orange Free Clinic is listed as well. I'm not sure about Love Food Pantry, but also the Boys and Girls Club has, I'm quite sure, is listed on Give Local Piedmont. So it's a day of giving.
Wonderful. I just posted the URL in the chat.
Thank you, Ellen.
That's great to know about. I had never heard of it.
Oh, huh. Yeah, it's a pretty cool day. It brings a lot of people out to make gifts to support organizations that they have known and cared about, and also new ones that they learn about through the whole program.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Did you say that oyster thing was going to be on October the 2nd?
Yeah, is that a Saturday?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's also the same day that the Gordonsville Fried Chicken Festival is going to be scheduled for.
Oh,
Chicken and oysters. What more could you ask for? Fried chicken and oysters.
Well, you could have fried
So
chicken for lunch and then come have oysters for dinner.
perfect.
There you go. Sounds good.
Oh my goodness. Are there any other questions for Sherry? And I'll also put Sherry's contact information in the chat. If that's okay with you, Sherry, I'll give it a.
Oh, please do. I mean, questions that you have, any ideas, if anyone wants to volunteer, anything. If you want to come see a tour of either of anything, the dental clinic or our new facility, or see those plans, or have ideas about programs we could offer there that would be that would really attract participation from folks in Orange, please be in touch with me about
Okay, well,
anything
you're
and
now,
everything.
until you declare you don't want to be, you're on our friends list, so you'll be getting information and invitations to future programs. So we hope you'll stay in touch with us too.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, I have been, because my office is in Culpeper, I really have been pretty Culpeper focused, but we've granted in Orange and Madison, but I haven't been able to get really connected in Orange and Madison. And, I live in Orange, so it's
Great.
wonderful.
I didn't realize you lived here. That's wonderful. Well, when we go back in person, you'll have to come visit with us in the real flesh.
I absolutely will. Yeah, I look forward to that. Thank you. All right. So thank you again. I look forward to seeing y'all in person and
Thank
hearing
you very
from
much,
you.
Sherry.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. I guess I forgot to do our Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test. Is there a show of hands or voice? We should now do that, or are we okay with just feeling it in our spirits?
The spirit is there, I think.
That's the spirit, yes.
Cal is Cal driving now back from Iowa? That's why he couldn't be with us.
He might be, or he's in the midst of the move. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I do have one possible piece of business we can talk about, which is the programming schedule that I had sent around that we could discuss. There is a question, and Sam, it's probably okay, don't you think, to just ask this group as well about the meeting idea on July 6th, whether we should not do that meeting because it's the day after the official July 4th Monday holiday.
I see a thumbs up from Sam.
Oh, thumbs up. Okay. Our first official Rotary year 21-22 starts with our first meeting on July 6th. That's the first Tuesday in July. And there's been a question of whether it's a good idea to just cancel that because so few people will be around. So I guess I'll just take a voice vote. of who is in favor of canceling that one.
Well, my thought, I said to Cal that he sent out an email requesting suggestions, and I said probably best if we skip it.
Okay. Does everybody feel that way as well?
Show of hands, who says skip it?
Okay. All right, well, that was easy.
Sam?
I'm going to share my screen if I can, just so you can, those of you who don't regularly look at our website, that, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you'll see that our next meeting is Rose Deal, and that's been planned for a long time. So we'll start getting information out about that. That should really be interesting because I understand she'll be relaying detail about the 5-year plan that has recently been given. You'll see that on June 1st, we have O'Brien Martin, and this DECA is everybody familiar with DECA?
Yeah, we talked about
program for kids.
Is that for entrepreneurship or something, or?
Yes.
Cool.
And Sam, if I'm correct, I believe it's a 4-year program at the Orange County High School. Is that right, Cecil? And Cecil may have gone.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Okay.
No, it's a very active and award-winning program. Actually, we're constantly being recognized by the state. Most recently, O'Brien and his colleagues, peers, picked up some awards. So we have a very innovative and active ongoing DECA club. And so I'm excited to see what he has to say, and I think everyone else will be too.
Yeah. Well, this kind of brings up the whole subject of our district grant application for the 21-22 year, and Cecil has connected us. In this case, it'll be Judy Anderson, who I believe a number of you have met, who is the primary school content curriculum director. And the idea that they have come up with for the next Rotary year is to do an art enrichment project over the summer for kids who are trying to be, the school's trying to entice them into being excited about more learning in the summer. And the Judy Anderson and the art teacher think it would be very energizing to do an art enrichment program. And what Rotary would be conceivably doing, with, if all of us are agreeable, is purchasing art kits that will be used as the foundation for an art program that would culminate with a virtual or in-person of some form exhibition of the children's artwork. And another component that Judy had thought about was having Rotarians be available to actually sort of be it would not be a critiquer, it would be just engaging with the individual student artist to understand, what they were thinking when they created their specific piece of art, but something to have them get attention and interaction with adults about their art experience. But that was all part of another conversation we were having with Renee Honecker. And Cecil, you were not there for this one, but this is when we were discussing other ways Rotary can engage with the students. And what came out of that, which was the inspiration for having a DECA presentation, was how much attention the school is giving to helping children find their path to their post-high school lives. And Cecil, do you want to talk a little bit about that sort of orientation at the high school of helping kids find their futures?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
because I can't tell if I muted myself. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. What we've really dedicated ourselves to is trying to create a more authentic and meaningful experience for all of our students to sort of move them to where they'll be, where they can express their talents and gifts and have a future. So it started a few years ago when we created a position with Dwayne to make sure that our students were connected to authentic experiences in our business world. And also along the way, the students are able to understand, all their different paths, business, 2-year community college, 4-year universities, what have you. And so all of this is just part of the vetting experience for our students to make sure that we have more of a, so that they aren't wasting any of their time or trying to search for themselves after they graduate high school, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah. So the DECA program, which is oriented toward the entrepreneurial spirit, this was a conversation that included Bill Hager and Tony Samra and Cal Ewing and Renee about us looking at the high school years. We already do scholarships, and we'll continue to do post-high school scholarships, but then the question comes up is, can we be helpful in the high school career period of the kids' lives? And one thing we might be learning about as we hear the DECA presentation is the expenses that, I believe the only expenses that program occurs is when they travel to competitions. And so I don't know if the travel is in their future for 2021, but it is part of the DECA program to, if they qualify to compete at regional and national levels with their business projects. So in listening to O'Brien, just in terms of us thinking about whether or not Rotary could be helpful in sort of offsetting the costs possibly of their that travel experience. And am I saying that correctly,
Yes,
Cecil?
absolutely. Because they go to national competition virtually every year. And of course, COVID has interfered with that the last couple of years. And so they've been working through a virtual means, of course.
Right. Anyway, so that's a long way of giving you a preview of our DECA program with O'Brien Martin, who is he is a very dynamic character. He's right now running for a international position with the DECA organization. And if you want to check out his Instagram campaign, you'll be, it's pretty wild. The last meeting of our Rotary year is going to be the free clinic, and Barry is going to be guiding a virtual tour of it. So Barry, that'll be fun.
Hey, Ellen.
Yeah.
I should mention, we probably should mention, sorry to interrupt, but O'Brien's probably going to hit us up for some dough because he's got to travel to wherever the DECA competition is going to be this year. In the past, we've helped other students travel to DECA events. And, I can't remember her name, but, anyway, so I think we should anticipate there's going to be some need there for some funding, and if O'Brien's smart, he'll use that opportunity. I'm sure, I know he is. He'll use that opportunity to do a little fundraising on the side. So
we can grade him on that.
There you go.
I'm quite certain he will because he's very forward thinking. Yeah,
right.
And has an excellent personality, so he will not disappoint, I promise.
So, anyway.
Okay, well, hopefully everybody has gotten the email that gave you the programs, and it's a very small number of us because we only meet twice a month, and this was just going through December. So I just wanted you to see, and we're about to cancel this July 6th one. But until a program has been set, we're going to just list the name of the person who's responsible. And then as soon as that person has a program, then we'll shift over to publicizing it. And also wanted you to know that we have created a idea list of speakers that that anybody can contribute to. I sent a link to that Google Doc in that email in case you want to throw up ideas. And there have been several that have already been acted on, including Tony Samra's wife, Liz Samra, who is also a member of the Gordonsville Town Council, and Peter Hugic with the Piedmont Environmental Council are going to be giving us a program at their request on the Town to Trail project that has been going on for a number of years and has been very effective. So they're going to be speaking to us on September 7th. So
Sam Kessler is going to be taking my slot on August 3rd, if you want to put that
thank you.
down.
Okay, I will make that shift.
I don't know what he wants to talk about because he just likes to talk, but he will be doing it.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ellen, and I know Cecil's on here. I don't know if Donna is. So this is a surprise to them, but I am going to reach out to them to see if the Orange County Education Foundation would like to do a presentation to the club.
On August 3rd.
Yeah, so Cecil, I'll be sending you an email, and Donna and Deanne, I know you three are on the committee, to see if y'all can do that on the 3rd, August 3rd.
Sure.
Great, that's great.
Thanks for the heads up.
You'll know who to not take your calls from, right? Is that?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. All right, we do have a 5th Tuesday on the schedule for the end of June, which time we are going to be honoring the citizen we all voted on, Joanne Tolbert of the Love Outreach Food Pantry. She doesn't know yet.
Yeah, yes.
But
Secret information.
yeah, so Ray, you already booked Veterans Park, correct?
I didn't, but I think somebody did. I can't remember who it was. It was maybe Cal did, but it is booked.
Okay, so we are.
Yeah, I'll check with Cal when it gets back.
Okay, and that 5:30 to 7:30, that will be our first 5th Tuesday in over a year.
Right.
So hopefully it'll come off okay. So Jamie, are there any other business issues that, or anybody on the board we'd like to bring up here?
I can't think of any.
Okay, are
I mean,
there?
there's plenty of things in the works. We just, it's not
Yeah.
quite ready for prime time, I guess. A lot of things that Cal needs to sort of address before we talk about it outside
Okay.
the board.
Okay, well then if there's no other information to share or discuss, then I guess we can call it a day.
Hey, Ellen,
Yeah,
I've got a couple things I want to mention to you. It didn't necessarily have to be everybody, but first is I did call Rose Deal yesterday and left her a voicemail as a reminder about next week. And I'll send her an email as well, just to make sure she hasn't forgotten that. Damn it, what's that? There was something, I know what the other thing is. Where are the Orange Rotary Club's bylaws? Are those on the Club Runner site, or is it something that is a secret document that somebody else is? I haven't looked for. I got to admit that I have not looked for it on the site.
Jamie, is it on the site?
I was just going there to check. I seem to remember that it was part of the downloads. Let me look real quick. Let's see. under About Us, it says downloads, aging together, Christmas parade, how to propose a member. Nope. It probably should be put on there.
Yeah. It should.
And if you'll send me a copy, Ellen, because I said to Ray, I think you're the last person who updated the bylaws. If you'll send me a copy of the bylaws,
Yes.
I'll put them in a download that only members can download.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason I ask is, at our recent board meeting, there was some discussion about what can a committee authorize, what can the executive board authorize, and what needs to be ratified by the whole membership. That's sort of what I was, and I think that's something that should be widely known, at least among executive board members.
Okay. Will do. Is there anything else? Is there raising hands to adjourn?
I move, we adjourn.
Thank you, everybody. And Rose Deal is next.
Okay, great.
Take
Thank you,
care,
everybody. Have a good day.
Looking
Bye.
forward to that deck.
Okay.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.